They say the devil was working overtime, and after reading a couple of these stories, I could definitely tell that they were busy. From ancient artifacts depicting early demons to real people being possessed by them, the devil is always up to something, and 10 out of 10 times it ain't anything good. I'm your host Andrew, and here are your top 10 scary stories related to the devil. At our number 10 spot, we have the 27 Club. This one had to be on this list as it's probably the most well-known legend involving a deal with the devil himself. For those who don't know, this is a supposed curse where musicians and actors alike died at the young age of 27. This is usually from making a deal with the devil that either rewards a person with a life of success, fame, or even wealth. This term originated from musician Robert Johnson, who is said to have met with the devil at the crossroads in exchange for musical talent. Once his soul was given up, Johnson became one of the most popular blues players almost overnight. However, once he turned the ripe age of 27, he tragically passed away, with many claiming that the devil came to finish their deal. This curse became more popular when musicians Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, and Brian Jones all passed away at the age of 27 between the years of 1969 all the way to 1971. But then the 27 Club got international attention when Kurt Cobain died at 27 in 1994. The deaths are usually from drug abuse or through darker, violent means, which is why many people attribute it to the devil. Other notable members of the 27 Club include Amy Winehouse, Jonathan Brandis, who was in Stephen King's It, and Kim Jong-hyun, who is a K-pop star. Rest in peace to all these people. At our number 9 spot, we have the Devil's Bible. The Codex Gigas, more commonly known as the Devil's Bible, is a 3 feet tall medieval manuscript that has baffled historians for decades. The story goes that a monk got sentenced to solitary confinement for breaking his religious vows. To avoid punishment, he claimed that he was going to write a book filled with all of the knowledge in the world. But after hours of writing, he found that this was an impossible task and decided to pray to God for divine intervention, hoping to receive all of the knowledge in the world. However, after hours, God didn't seem to answer. So instead, he turned to Satan. Cause why not? Instead of the holiest person, let's just pick the worst guy in the world. And it's said that Satan actually picked up and assisted him in writing this book. What's more surprising is that Satan is believed to have written this book in a single day. And based on modern research, the book shows no signs of hesitation or fatigue. A picture of the devil is also at the front, just in case you guys thought I was lying about the devil stuff. At our number 8 spot, we have the house on Ridge Avenue. In the north side of Pittsburgh lies where it's also known as the house the devil built. The house is actually 1129 Ridge Avenue and known as the Conglier House. It was built in 1860s by Charles Conglier, who lived in the house with his wife Lyda and their maid Essie. The maid and Charles would be having a secret affair, and soon after, the wife overheard what was happening. So she collected a knife and a meat cleaver and proceeded to murder the two. She would be found later humming lullabies as she rocked on her chair. Then in 1900, Dr. Adolf Brunreicher purchased the home. One day, the neighbors heard a woman screaming in the house and called the police. Once the police arrived, the doctor was nowhere to be found, but instead there was only the body of the woman with no head. At our number 7 spot, we have angelfire.com. This website is all about Satan, demons, and hell. Sounds like a good time. Jokes. This website is pretty dark. The site has all the information needed to know about Satanism. This includes the Al-Jiwa, aka the Black Book of Satan, rituals committing to Satan, exposing Christianity, and even how to summon demons. To invite Satan inside of you, all you need is 1 or more black candles, a sterilized needle, a piece of clean paper, and a dry pen where you sign your name in blood. First, you need to write this prayer on the card, and for obvious reasons, I will not be saying it. I don't want to get possessed, and thank you very much. Number 6, the Demon Tablet. A tablet made in Babylon around 1500 BC is supposedly the earliest known representation of a demon or a ghost. The clay tablet shows a handcuffed bearded spirit getting guided into the afterlife by a potential lover or a friend. It was originally hard to see any form of drawing on the tablet until researchers put it under a lamp, which clearly illustrated the ghostly depiction. That's not all. There's also a backside. The backside had broken off text that gave instructions how to handle demons and send them back into the underworld. And if that wasn't creepy enough, the final line of the text urges readers to not look behind you. The exact origin of the tablet is unknown, but it's believed to have been stored in a library of magic in the house of an exorcist or in a temple. If this library had books about exorcising demons, imagine all the other things it had. I would love to go there. In the hub of our list, we have the San Juanico Bridge. When Typhoon Yolanda hit the country of the Philippines and almost erased vast areas in Leyte and Tacloban, the over 40-year San Juanico Bridge remains strong and steady. Impressive, right? Well, what could be said to the secret to its strength? Legends say that the longevity and the strength of the San Juanico Bridge joining the two islands is due to the countless demonic rituals done on the bridge that involved a lot of human sacrifice. Former First Lady Imelda Marcos allegedly had conspired the kidnapping of street kids or random babies from Leyte and Samar, and they offered them in demonic rituals on the bridge, mixing their blood with the concrete. At the time, Imelda headed the construction of the bridge and reportedly performed the sacrifice upon a fortune teller who said children's blood was needed for the project's completion. Bodies of the sacrificed children were then thrown down the bridge, so whenever there are haunting incidents on the bridge, people will remember the story about the unknown children sacrificed there. At number 4 spot, we have the Devil's Road. Back in 2004, Night Shyamalan shot the horror film The Village. They did this all in an open field just north of Delaware, simply because the place was said to be infested with demonic entities and other sorts of apparitions. Rumor has it that a white house hidden in the woods on Devil's Road, officially named Cosart Road, was home to the DuPonts, who was a wealthy family who resorted to inbreeding to keep their fortune within the family. Gross. The cult house was used to perform incestuous marriages and to conceal deformed offspring. The trees in the area have a dramatic bend away from the house, as if they are attempting to flee. Visitors have discovered piles of animal corpses in the area that are said to be used in rituals regarding the devil. Much of the strange activity on Devil's Road can be attributed to the pranksters in their teens, such as the fishing line strung across the road at night heck and other sorts of different things. But you guys be the judge of that in the end of the day. At our number 3 spot, we have the Devil's Tower. This 1,200 feet tall tower of rugged rock is known as the Devil's Tower. It is located in northeast Wyoming, and when you look around the area, there is nothing that even closely resembles this behemoth. It's very unique in nature as it has these grooves around the rock. Although this can be explained by natural phenomena like a form of volcano, Native Americans around the area have a completely different belief. Many claim that back in the day, the natives were being attacked by these gigantic demonic bears. So to defend themselves, they would go up this devil's tower and pray to the Great Spirit to save them. They claim that this is why the tower had grooves, because it was from the bears trying to claw themselves above it. Other theorists believe that it was an ancient tree that was petrified into stone, basically saying that giants lived in the area. But what do you guys think? Is the Devil's Tower a product of large bears, or is it just one of those natural wonders? Let me know in the comment below. Number 2, Anneliese Michel. Couldn't mention devil stories without involving a real-life exorcism. In fact, this is the same case that inspired the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Anneliese was a normal girl growing up, but by the time she hit the age of 16, everything 180'd. She began to see the face of the devil everywhere she went, and shortly after, many people, including herself, believed that she was possessed by a real demon. A total of 67 exorcisms were done, and they sounded a little something like this.
Kapiert?
Da soll schon etwas besorgen.
Weil
der Teufel größere Macht.
Unfortunately, they did nothing for this poor girl, and she ended up passing away from malnourishment and dehydration. Were these the true sounds of a demon or a troubled girl looking for help? Number 1, the Daveless Cave. Many have said this is the place where the devil once hid. Located on Mount Patelli, this cave has been enjoying a notorious reputation since the 1800s when reports of paranormal activity first began. Slowly, they would attribute the activity with the native stories, talking about a time when the devil once hid in the cave for survival. Now stories tell of electronics that stopped working, of water which flows the wrong way, and even mysterious disappearances of explorers who enter the cave never to emerge again. Details such as a small handprint near the entrance further shroud the location in complete mystery. It's said that the cave was used by various religious groups or cult practitioners, and whispers of sacrifice and demonic rituals are said to have happened in these very caves. The cave has many different tunnels within, which are all said to lead to an underground water pool, which are all linked to the mischievous god Pam and his nymph. Well, these are the top 10 scary stories related to the devil. What do you guys think about this list? Leave a comment down below with all your thoughts. I'm your host Andrew, and I hope you guys have a scary day.